I accidentally discovered that the child I had adopted was actually the biological son of my husband and my best friend, but I didn't make a scene. Instead, I found another child who looked almost exactly the same and secretly swapped them. Unaware of the truth, my husband and best friend showered the child with love, and my best friend frequently gave him all kinds of gifts, but the child always remained cold toward her, which made her grow more and more uneasy. So I deliberately had the media release news, saying that when children grow up, they only recognize their adoptive mothers, because only long-term companionship creates real emotional bonds. Through seeing this, my best friend panicked immediately. She took out a loan to buy the house next door, claiming she wanted to help me take care of the child, but in reality, she was even more attentive than I was as his mother. She even took advantage of my business trips to fool around with my husband in my own bedroom. Unexpectedly, I returned early from a trip, fearing his affair would be exposed before he got the assets. My husband panicked and hid on the window ledge. In the end, he lost his strength and fell, breaking both of his legs. When I discovered this, I prepared to send him to the hospital, but despite being paralyzed from the injury, he insisted that I take the child to his exam first, cause that day was the day of the college entrance exam. Sure enough, the child was admitted to a prestigious university. I immediately held a press conference and announced that I would transfer my company and all of my assets to him. As soon as the agreement was signed, my best friend could no longer hide her joy. My husband also tore off the mask he had worn for 18 years and publicly announced that the child was his and my best friend's biological son, even claiming that she had long been his wife. Child stood there in shock, unable to believe what was happening before his eyes. But I looked at my husband coldly and said, I knew all of this a long time ago. Then I took out the adoption agreement from the orphanage, cause the orphanage where I adopted the child and the one where he had abandoned his child back then were not the same at all. My husband and best friend still refused to believe it and demanded an on-the-spot paternity test. Soon, the test report was delivered, but my husband didn't even have the courage to open it. My best friend grabbed the report and glanced at it. The next second, she collapsed to the ground.